Well, it's a big hello to my grade 3s. To my grade 3s from your grade 3 maths teacher Les. And it's such fun to be back with you again. So welcome grade 3s. A big welcome. From WorksheetCloud, which brings you these lessons, and there is the email address if you need to get hold of me. Right, so what does this funny symbol look like to you? Well, it looks like to me like someone is rowing on a boat, or it's two big dots with a stripe in between. Well, I wonder what that is. Well, if we have a look at what these are, what's this? And what is this? And what is this? Those are also symbols. So this one here is our adding symbol, and our subtracting and our multiplying. So what is this one? Well, yes, it's our divide symbol. It's the symbol that tells us that we need to divide something or share it. That's another name for divide. It is a synonym for divide. It's the same meaning. So if we're looking at division there, what it means, what does it mean? What does it mean to divide something? Division means sharing equally, grade 3s. That's all you need to know, sharing equally. Now, here's an example. If there are 8 sweets or candies and you want to share them equally with 4 people, how many candies will each person get? So here is our number statement, 8 divided by 4, or 8 sweets shared by 4 people. So I'm going to share them out. 1 for you, 1 for you, 1 for you, 1 for you. 1 for you, 1 for you, 1 for you, and 1 for you. So what do they each get, grade 3s? Yep, they each get 2. So 8 divided by 4 is 2. Or 8 shared with 4 people the answer is 2, shared equally. Now there are a number of strategies I'm going to show you today. These are not the only ones, but these are the ones that I am going to deal with at the moment, and then you will learn others as you go along. And a very important note I want to share with you is that I am using small numbers, grade 3. So don't think, oh my goodness, I can do bigger numbers. Yes, you can. But as I always say as a teacher, if you get the basics of a concept like dividing or sharing or anything for that matter, you get the basics, then you up the number range and you add in more difficult examples. But right now, I don't want you to worry about big numbers. I want you to be concerned about how you're going to solve the problems. It's the method. It's the strategies that you're going to use. So let's take 12 divided by 3. We're going to draw a circle for each group or each person, and we're going to deal them out. We're going to share out the total number so that each group has an equal amount. So it's called dealing out or sharing out. All right. So let's do it then. 12 circles into 3 groups. So let's assume these are 3 children sharing 12 marbles. And there I go. 1 for you, 1 for you. This is what I'm doing. I am dividing them up. 12 divided by 3. And the answer is 4, of course. Of course it is. There it is. 12 divided by 3 equals 4. That is our deal out strategy, dealing out method. Another method we use, grade 3s, is building an array. And remember when we did arrays when we were doing graphs, we used arrays as well. That means we're putting things into rows or building them up into an array. So 12 divided by 3, again, exactly the same example. We're going to put 3 circles in each row until you have used all the circles. So 3 circles, so let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, 11, 12. How many rows have I used, guys? 1 row, 2, 3, 4. So there again, now this arrow points to the answer here. If I've shared out 3 in rows or in building up an array, then I have the answer 4 as well. 12 divided by 3 equals 4. That is building up an array. The next way we can use to find the solutions to dividing sum is to multiply. And you say to me, multiply, but multiplying is a complete opposite. Well, it's exactly like addition and subtractions. Remember, I said addition and subtraction are like besties. So they are related, they're best friends. And the same goes for multiplication and division. So they are also besties, and you'll see they work in a team. So we're going to ask ourselves, well, how do we figure this out? 12 divided by 3. And I'll say to myself, well, I know my multiplication tables because I've been focusing on 3 and 4 in the last little while. And so I am going to be able to ask the question, what number do I multiply by 3 to get to 12? Well, I know that 3 times 4 is 12 because I know my tables. So there we go. 12 divided by 3 is 4, but I also know that 4 times 3 is 12. So there we go. 12 divided by 3 equals 4, and 12 divided by 4 equals 3. That's our third strategy, multiplication tables, or our knowledge of our multiplication facts. And then the next one, and the last one for this lesson that we're going to be looking at, is repeated subtraction. Now, when I went over multiplication a few lessons back, I talked about repeated addition, which is the same as multiplying, just a different way of doing it. So now I'm going to do repeated subtraction. So I'm going to take away 3 as many times as I need to from 12, right? So 12 divided by 3, let's start now at 12. And I am going to subtract 3 once to get to 9, twice to get to 6, 3 times to get to 3, and a 4th time to get to 0. So how many times have I subtracted 3? 1, 2, 3, 4. So 12 divided by 3, same one, you know the answer. Try not to get too bored with us going over and over and over. So we subtract how many times we add up, how many times we subtracted 3. And we get to 4 times. So the answer then, 12 divided by 3, is 4. Now it's your turn. We're going to do this one in each of the different ways I've shown you. So there are 5 cookies for 3 people to share equally. How many will each one get? Will I deal out array, use multiplication, or repeated subtraction? Well, guess what? I'm going to use all of them. So what is our number sentence? 15 divided by 3, and we're going to go and find the answer on the next slide. Let's have a quick look at this. There are 15 cookies for 3 people to share. Let's do this with the array first. Okay, so I know when I have an array that I have to draw 3 on each row. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And then I'm going to ask myself the question, well, how many rows did I manage to slot those in? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I know now that my answer is 5, grade 3. So 3 times 5 is 15. That I know in my tables, and I know that 15 divided by 3 is 5. So I know that 5, 10, 15. So there we go. And if I did repeated subtraction, how would I go about doing that? Well, I would subtract, remember, from 15, and I would, what would I subtract? I would subtract 3. Okay, 15 minus 3 is 12. Minus 3 is 9. Minus 3 is 6. Minus 3 is 3. and minus 3 again is 0. So I've gone from 15 to 0. How many times did I subtract? Yes, I subtracted 3 5 times. So 15 divided by 3, the answer is 5. And there I'm putting my division sign into operation. Now, here's another one. A full classroom has 6 students sitting in 2 rows of desks. How many students are there in each row? So what is my division sum here? It is 6 divided by 2 equals. Now, I know I'm going to start with my array. Let's do that. I'm going to put 2 in each of my rows. And then I count how many rows I have used. Well, how many have I used? 1, 2, 3. All right, so 6 divided by 2 is 3. And let me show you that same solving that problem by minusing 2. So 6 minus 2 is 4, minus 2 is 2, and minus 2 is 0. How many times did I subtract or do repeated subtraction? There it is. There are 3 2's minused. Right, so I also know from multiplication that 2 times 3 is 6. So therefore 6 divided by 3 is 2, and 6 divided by 2 is 3. Are you getting the idea? And isn't it nice to have different ways or different choices to find solutions to your division problems? And the nice thing about that grade 3 is that sometimes you're just happy with 2 out of the 4. Or maybe you just love all 4 of them and you use them whenever you feel like it. Or maybe you're just happy just with 1. But at least you've got more than 1 to choose from. So here's another one. There are 4 friends sharing a bag of 8 crackers. How many crackers does each friend get? So this is 8 divided by 4. Let's write up our problem up here, guys. It's 8 divided by 4. Right, I'm going to start with my array again. So I'm going to count, I'm going to put 4 and then 4 again until I've counted up to 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And the answer is 2. Right, so now let's do it by dealing out. 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 divided by 4 is 2. And we also know, because we know our tables, we know that 4 times 2 is 8. And if I subtract, then what? If I subtract, then I go 8 minus 4 is 6. And 6 minus 4, what am I doing? 8 minus 4 is 4. Mrs. Harmon. Minus 4 is 0. How many minusing 4s have I done? I've done 2, so the answer is 2. Let's move on to the next one. Jada puts 30 playing cards in 5 even piles. How many cards does Jada put in each pile? I'm going to go again with my building of an array. So what I do, I have to take 5. So it's my word problem here, my number statement, using my division sign is 30 divided by 5 equals. Alright, so I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. How many rows did I manage to fit my groups of 5 on? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Brilliant. So the answer is 6 over here. And let's now use the other strategy where we are going to deal out. So 6, and let's count on 6. It's 12, 18. Oh, Mrs. Howard, no. nonsense. 18, 24, and 30. So 5 times 6 equals 30, or 30 divided by 5 equals 6. And if I subtract again, let's go ahead with that too. Right, so 30 minus 5 is 25, minus 5 is 20, minus 5 is 15, whoopsie daisy, minus 5 is 10, let's go another right, minus 5 is 5, and minus 5 is 0. So quickly as we can, how many did we subtract? How many times did we subtract 5 with repeated subtraction? 3, 4, 5, and 6. So 30 divided by 5 equals 6. Right, 21 people playing a game. If they divide themselves into 3 teams, how many people will be on each team? Shall I do our little array now? So we know that our story sum is 21 divided by 3 equals, and I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wow, fabulous. So let's do the subtraction one next. Okay, so let me find my proper color. 21 minus 3 is 18, minus 3, 15, minus 3. Am I doing that right? Yes. Minus 3 is 12, minus 3, 9, minus 3 is 6, minus 3, whoops, minus 3 is 3, minus 3 is 0. So I have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 minus 3's, and so now I think we can be convinced that the answer is actually 7. 7, now we're going to deal out and share in our little circles, and we know that the answer here is 7, and we know that the answer here is 3 times 7 equals 21. We know that because we are so smart at our tables. Right, Maya picks 24 apples and divides them equally into 6 baskets. How many apples are there in each basket? So what is our story sum here? What is our number statement? And I'm going to write it in green this time. So let's go 24 divided by 6 equals. Okay, so let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. How many, guys? I've got 1, 2, 3 rows of 4 rows of 6, which means it is 4 is the answer. Right, so 24 divided by 6 is 4. Now let's do the subtraction one. So 24 minus 6 is 18, minus 6 is 12, minus 6 is 6, minus 6 is 0. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4. The answer is 4. Let's do a dealing out. 4, 8. No, what am I doing? Yes, 4, 8, 12. I'm getting confused. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. And we know then that 6 times 4 equals 24. And that is our division strategy lesson. All done and dusted, grade 3. You know what? You now have 4 strategies to use. Where's my camera? 4 strategies to use. And you can choose any one you like. So the next exercise you're going to do is a worksheet that you will find on the website. You can print it out and you can do it, and I'm asking you to do it in different ways on the worksheet, and then you can mark it with your memo and see how fabulous you are when you are finished with your division strategies. And remember, you can use these every time you're doing division sums, and then when you're older we can teach you other ways as well, which make it a bit faster. But the best thing to do is to learn this way so that you can see it in front of you, understand what you're doing. It's not just a trick I'm showing you, it's visual and you're doing it yourself. So well done for paying attention and focusing on quite a long lesson. So grade 3s, I'd like to say a lovely big goodbye until your next lesson, when I'll be popping in to share some maths with you. Have a lovely day, be safe, be happy, be peaceful, be kind to each other. And from Les, it's a lovely goodbye.